and welcome along. You are absolutely in the right place if you want to be able to activate your pelvic floor and core and you're wondering where on earth to start. There is so much that I could chat to you about, but today I'm just going to give you a very short snippet of wonderful moves that you can do to start mobilizing and activating your deepest core. We're going to be working on getting functional mobility and strength through pelvic floor and the deepest abdominal muscles, the transverse abdominals. So this could be really good if you are starting to think about reclaiming your core after having baby and you maybe have a diastasis or you have any pelvic floor considerations. So do let me know how you get along. Enjoy this little snippet. Use it before you do your workouts. Do it in the morning to wake your body up and feel really good. And let me know how you get on. If you enjoyed this video, do hit the subscribe button and you'll be the first to know when the next videos come up. So here is the pelvis. So just to reacquaint you with those core muscles that we are going to be mobilizing and activating today, under here is your pelvic floor muscles, which is a diamond shape core muscle that attaches from your pubic bone right at the very front, spans all the way underneath out to your two bony sit bones that you'll feel if you're sat on a hard surface, so either side there, and then all the way to your coccyx, the very bottom of your spine at the back there. So that diamond shape, we want it to be able to expand and be flexible as we go down into our deepest squat and be able to withstand and lift and activate when we come up against gravity, when we're rising, when we're lifting something up. We want it to be able to activate, but it will activate better if it's got full range of movement. So this section here is all about the mobility. Today you are going to need your spiky ball and your long stretchy band, and I do have my teaching assistant here. It's Joseph the skeleton, and we may be having a little look at some of those bony landmarks to help you really feel it in your own body. But to begin with, we're going to start activating from the foot upwards. So our feet have got thousands of nerve endings that help us to read the floor and the world around us and have connection all the way up through pelvic floor and up the body. So we want to be able to wake that foot up. So just really strip through that foot, really strip it out. We're using out any connective tissue, and we're going to come all the way through to the heel there and give it a little wiggle. Wiggle it out like you're stubbing something out, really waking everything up. And then let's have a little go on the other side. So we are stripping all the way through underneath the foot there. That's it, splaying the toes open, softening and splaying the foot over the ball. Come to your heel, so I'm on my heel there, and I'm going to give it a little wiggle on through. Lovely. I'm going to take that ball now, I'm going to bring it all the way up to piriformis. So the piriformis muscle, I'm just going to move Joseph so you can see. Piriformis muscle is in the glute. We have a deep 6 glute muscles. We want to work nicely like a team all together. However, this pesky muscle right into here, and some of you might feel it, can sometimes overwork and do a lot of the work here. It attaches from your coccyx, the bony ending at the end of your spine, all the way to your femur, which is your thigh bone. And that can cause us quite a bit of discomfort and misalignment in the pelvis as well. So we're going to be rolling and stripping out that muscle, warming it up, getting some fresh blood and some fresh oxygen into there so that we can utilize the whole team rather than just one muscle. So popping that spiky ball there into the hip, I'm going to ease towards the wall, so I'm slightly off to the side there, and I'm stripping through that piriformis muscle. And as I go, I'm going to aim to just breathe nice and deep. So I'm breathing into the belly, and you're hopefully feeling the belly rise as you breathe in at the moment. And then secondary to that is more this thoracic area, this rib cage. And then just ease to the other side. So easing on through and just breathing into your belly. That's it, lovely. Really easing on out. Now if you do need that to, if you feel fine then, you need it to be deeper, you can always do this seated, angled over onto your ball there. So just stripping on through. Lovely. Okay, now I'm going to pop my back up against the wall there. So just have a little check-in with your alignment. Bring your heels, your bottom, the back of the shoulders and the back of your head to the wall there. And just notice how that lower back feels today. Does it feel like a great big tunnel in your back? Or does it feel like what we call in Pilates neutral? So it's just fingertip gap through there. Chances are it's perhaps not there today. And it will over time, which is why I like us to check in. It's a benchmark for our success. When we have a neutral spine, we have less loading going through the spine and more of a balance from the muscles at the front to the muscles at the back. So nothing's overworking, we're working like a team. If you feel that's a real struggle to reach that neutral spine there, just walk your feet forwards as far as what feels comfy for you, and you might just soften your knees. Okay, so we're going to let the shoulders just soften and take a lovely inhale into the belly, even maybe pop in hands here. So as you inhale, feel your belly expand into your bottom hand here. And then the rib cage opening and expanding. And then as you exhale, gently feel how your lower abdominals gently draw in towards you, a feeling of connection through here, a wrapping of the deepest abdominal muscles, the transverse abdominals. Notice how that may help you to achieve more of a neutral position, so you can just fit fingertips underneath that lower back. And then let everything relax there. So a nice inhale, belly first, and then feel the ribs and chest expand. And now as you exhale, feel those deepest lower abdominals, gently drawing in, so you achieve more of a neutral position without having to force it. Go one more for me, and I'm going to do that on the side just so you can see me. So as I breathe in, I'm aiming to breathe in belly, and then getting this expansion. And then as I exhale, feeling that connection through the abdominals, that wrapping around feeling, and the spine goes more into a neutral position, tiny curve in the lower back, and the rest of the spine stays nice and tall. Lovely. Now let's see if we can activate pelvic floor at the same time. So if I grab my pelvis again there, what I want you to be thinking about is perhaps your pelvis like a clock. So you've got 12 o'clock being at the pubic bone here, 6 o'clock being at the coccyx at the very back, and then think about those two bony landmarks. So we've got like 12, 3, 6 at the back, and 9. Now, as you go to exhale, what I'd like to feel is that those, or visualize, is that those bony landmarks draw closer towards each other. So the clock is actually a smaller clock and then a sensation of lifting up. Now, it might be really, really subtle to begin with, and that's totally fine. So allow yourself to take that deep inhale, everything softening, belly, and then the ribs expand. And now as you exhale, visualize that clock, the 12, 3, 6 and 9, drawing towards each other and then lifting the entire pelvic floor. And now as you inhale, imagine those bony landmarks separating away from each other so your clock gets wider. And exhale. The bony landmarks draw towards each other and a sensation of drawing up through the entire pelvic floor. Lovely. You may want to stay there with 3 more breaths. If you feel fine, we're going to just start to mobilize the rest of the team of core muscles. So we're taking that nice inhalation, everything soft. Exhale, drawing up through the entire pelvic floor. A little activation through those lower abs, and now this time, gentle but intentional, we lengthen the spine, we nod the chin, and we're rolling forwards. And then restack piece by piece by piece. So we're taking that lovely inhale, everything soft, knees, pelvic floor, belly. Exhale, start to engage the pelvic floor, so that feeling of lift, the belly, lower belly gently drawing in, lengthening the spine, nodding the chin, easing on down. Now, depending on how you feel, you then may start to ease further forwards. We want to feel like we've got segmental control through our spine. Let's go one more. So a nice inhale. And then as you exhale, visualize that clock drawing, the bony landmarks drawing towards each other. So it's a smaller clock, a feeling of lift through the entire pelvic floor, a scooping of the abs, and a rolling through. And maybe you ease all the way down, but it's okay if you don't. And then ease yourself up segment by segment through your spine. Lovely. From here, let these arms go up nice and wide. So the arms are level with the shoulders. We're going to imagine that we're stuck in mud from your feet all the way up to your hips here. Okay, so that's going to stay nice and still. When you're ready, we're going to ease to the side and keeping that neutral spine. So if you do have any tightness in those lower back muscles, if they're overworking quite a bit, you might feel a little bit of a stretch as you go to the side there. Aim to keep the backs of the shoulders just nicely into the floor, into the wall. I'm just easing each way and I'm just breathing as I go. Breathing deep. Lovely. And then just bring yourself all the way through to center. Let your arms ease down. Brilliant. Can you maintain that neutral spine there whilst your arms lift up and overhead? Don't worry how far you go. Again, use it as a benchmark because it's going to get easier over the weeks. Exhale. Feel the deepest core and the spine staying neutral. And it doesn't matter if your hands don't reach the wall. Soften everything. Deep inhale. Exhale, activate the deepest core, so lower abdominals gently drawing in, the feeling of pelvic floor gently drawing on up. Lower back stays in that neutral position. Only go as far as you can without the back arching. Lovely. If you need to stay against the wall, do stay against the wall. If you feel fine there, we now take our band. Okay, so I'm going to roll the shoulders back and down. Take a nice inhale. Everything is soft. Knees are soft. Pelvic floor is relaxed. As I exhale, I'm visualizing the 12 o'clock, the 3, the 6, the 9 o'clock in the pelvis. Drawing those bones towards each other, lifting the entire pelvic floor, floating those arms on up and keeping a neutral spine, and then easing on down. So I'm just being mindful that if I was against the wall, how far would my arms be going? My head is over my heart. I'm taking a nice inhale, everything soft. Exhale, activate, entire pelvic floor starts to lift. If you're feeling like you can keep your head over heart, you might even be able to bend those elbows back behind you and then let everything come on down. So taking that lovely inhale, everything is soft. Exhale, engaging the pelvic floor, feeling that connection in the tummy, everything gently lifting. And your head is still over your heart. Just give me one more of those. Soft, exhale, lift. Lovely. And just easing that band all the way down. And have a little side bend. So just opening up the side of your body, come through to center. Again, if this feels better for your back, for you to be against the wall, do feel free to do that. It's like we're imagining we've got a piece of glass in front of us and behind us on this one, so that we're not sort of like compensating with rounded shoulders or anything. Feel free to stay as you are there. Your next level would be to float those arms up and side bend with your band. And I'm just going to come just away from Joseph. And if you're still feeling all right there, just start to forward flex a little bit, soften the knees and let yourself ease on up and over. And we go again. So just make the circle as big as what feels good for you. Any back considerations, you can always have your bottom up against the wall, just for that extra feeling of safety, security and stability. Give me one more. So we're easing on through. Lovely. Come all the way through back to the middle. Let your arms ease on down. Pop your band down by your side. Now I'm going to focus. Thank you so much for joining in today. I really hope you liked that short snippet of activation to reclaim your core. Do make sure you press that subscribe button because there's going to be lots of more juicy little videos coming along whilst I'm videoing the full content for my Reclaim Your Core online course. So I'll be sure to share with you little snippets as I go along. So do take care and I'll see you really soon. Bye.